Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Must. Today I'm going to teach you something very awesome, which is validating form fields that as the user is typing, we are going to get what he is typing or she is typing and make sure that what he or she is typing is correct. So for example, here we have a simple form and we have a username. And for example, we want the username to be at least 10 characters. So if I start typing the username, as you can see, a message will be displayed immediately as I am typing, saying that username must be at least 10 characters or 10. And then if I continue typing 7, 8, 9, 10, as you can see, it has disappeared because the number of characters now is more than 10 characters. So we will be validating what the user is typing immediately. We will not need to let the user click on a button and then validate the form fields in the back end. We can do that in the front end. So let's get started. So let's get to the Sublime, and as you can see, I have already created this code, which is a simple HTML code, and the form is very simple. It just has this H2 login, and then it has the username label, and it also has one input, and it also has a paragraph tag that will display the error. And the input has an ID of username, and the paragraph has an ID of user not. And these are very important because we will be using these in order to get the text and display the error. And let's start by creating a script. So I'm going to create here a script, and let me just zoom in so that you can see better. And as you can see now, we have a simple script. The first thing that we need to do is that we need to make reference to the input and the paragraph. So I'm going to use here var username equals to document dot get element by ID. And of course, the ID is username. And the second thing is the paragraph, which is var user name not, which is going to be equal to just this document.get element by ID, and we have the ID, which is username not. And now what we need to do is that we need to add event listener to the input. So as the user is typing, we will be firing that event with a callback function that will accomplish that will display the error or the note that we want to display to the user immediately. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use the username, and then I'm going to add event listener. And the event that I'm going to use is the key up. And then we have a function, callback function. And inside the callback function is the most important part, which is getting what the user is typing and then displaying the error accordingly. So in order to get what the user is typing, we can just use the username, which is the input, and then dot, and then value. We are going to get the value. And we can store it in a variable, or we can't start checking it. So I'm going to use if statement immediately without using a local variable. So here username.value, and then we want to check the length of what the user has typed. So we use length, and then if the length is less than 10, we can immediately display an error or a message inside the user note. Dot inner HTML equals to the error that you want to display or the message that you want to display. You can here say username must be at least 10 characters. And then of course we want to remove the message each time the event is fired. So here, once the event is triggered, we can just use the user not dot inner HTML equals to nothing. We need to remove it because if the number of characters is more than 10, then it will display nothing inside the user note, inside the message that we want to display to the user. And of course, you can here use else if to check other things. Maybe you want to check if the input contains some characters and things like that. So let's now test. And now I open the project in the browser. Let's now type something in the username field. As you can see, as I am typing, the message will be displayed. User must be at least 10 characters. Let's now increase the number of characters over 10. As you can see, after it has become more than 10 characters, the error message will disappear. So this is how you can display error messages immediately without the need of clicking a button and stuff like that. And that will save a lot of time for you and for the user. So that's it for this tutorial. If you liked this tutorial, share, like, and subscribe. And also check the description below because I have created a free ebook on how to make money online coding. This is Most. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.